Okay, let's just talk like it is, shall we? Know your shit. It's really important to know your shit in business, right? Now, most people, when they think about knowing their shit in business, they think that we're talking about, know your content really well and know what you're really good at, know the problem that you solve. But it goes so much deeper than that. And this is what I see so often, I'm just going to go and do this course on this thing, and then I'm going to add it to my toolkit, and then I'll be great, right? The perpetual course buyer and the perpetual, I'm going to work with this person because they're the solution, and oh, they weren't the solution, and I'm going to work with this person, and oh, they weren't the solution either, because it's your own shit that stands in your way, right? So you might find some coaches that'll pretty up the shit and they'll talk nicely about it. I just don't, right? Like, I just want you to succeed in business, whether you're working with me or not, right? Like, my purpose here is to help you to see the shit so that you can see what's worthwhile and take that and work with that, but get rid of all the rest of the bullshit, because we live in a world that is just so distracting all of the time, right? None of the people that I work with are allowed on social media before lunchtime, because when you wake up and the first thing you do is you're scrolling through your phone and you're like, oh, what's going there? And then I'll answer this message, I'll answer those emails. You've got everyone else's shit on you, right? You're inviting energetically. This is what we talk about in Fempat Empire building all the time, right? You invite people's shit energetically into your space, so then you can't tell what is your own shit and what is someone else's shit. Sometimes you start feeling shit and you're like, what's going on with me? What are the beliefs? What is my health like? What are my energetics like? Am I still aligned with my business? Often it's not you. Often it's someone else's shit laying all over top of you, right? Don't take on board other people's shit. Stop following everyone on social media. Stop hanging out with people that make you feel shit. Stop doing shit that other people want you to do, right? If your niche is this and you love it and you adore it, it lights your soul on fire, that's awesome, right? Because then you're going to bring the right energetics to it. If you're doing something that is killing your soul, you're not going to make any money doing it, or you might make a tiny amount of money doing it and you're going to feel really shit, right? It's not a good long-term solution. Trust me, I've been there. So when you're doing something that feels super amazing to you and someone's like, oh, but could you do this and could you do that? No. Have really firm boundaries. Do not let other people's shit cloud your shit. But here's the thing, you're not going to know what your shit is. You're not going to know what your lane is or what really lights you on fire if you're listening to everyone else constantly. You have all of the answers inside you. You really do. I think there's a difference between my coaching and someone else's. Someone else's coaching might say, you do this, and you follow this format. And I do that for some clients right in the beginning, right? Like, especially if we're looking at what's on their website and changing their copy and doing their SEO and setting up Facebook and teaching them how to write Facebook ads. That's just one part of it, right? Like, once you have the structure or the strategies or the systems, then it's about tapping into you, because you have the answer. And I love empowering clients to do that. Working with a client this morning, she's like, this is so cool. And I got 2 new clients last week. It's like, yeah, of course you did, because we've opened you up energetically. We've removed everyone else's shit from you. We've searched for all the copy shit that someone else wrote for you and pulled out the bits that are gold for you. Right? So get rid of other people's shit and have your copy and your messages speak to your clients from you. What else did I want to talk to you about? I put in my notes here. Know your clients. Do the damn research, right? So I've taught this client who's doing amazingly well, and I love coaching her how to do market research. It's so empowering, right? If you don't know your clients, or you think you know your clients and you think you know what they're going to say, and then you use those words in marketing and it falls flat. If your marketing is falling flat, it's 2 things. It's copy, 3 things. Copy, energetics, or the picture, right? So when you do copy, when you write an ad, this is what I do, right? I think, what is the emotion that I want to create? I pretend that I'm a film director, right? What is the emotion I want to create with this scene? Great. Now, what picture suggests that emotion? Now, it's either a toward or away from, right? So in NLP, if you're an away from person, you're like, oh my God, that horrible situation, I've got to get away from it. If you're a toward person, you're like, that amazing situation, I'm going to it. So that depends. Do you have a beautiful smiling person in a happy clean office if you're a declutter person, or do you have a picture of a horrible cluttery office if you're if it's an away from thing? So what emotion are you trying to evoke in your clients? Pick a picture that matches it and then write the copy. But write the copy using their words. If you haven't done market research before and you want to find out about it, then you're going to have to book a call, right? But the market research basically helps you to figure out, and it's got to be the right questions, figure out the exact thing that your clients say, and then you take bits and pieces of those words and you put it into your copy. That's it, right? You need to be talking to your client's soul, because let's face it, Facebook, I'll probably get banned from Facebook for saying this, Facebook's full of shit. You need to stand out by telling the truth. None of this marketing, like convincing people with the right words. If you just say what is in your soul, you're going to attract your soulmate clients. And when you say what's in your soul, you're going to be on fire, and then people are going to be energetically attracted to you, right? So that solves all of those three things that we talked about: the copy, the picture, and the energetics. What else did I want to talk to you about? Right, your own bullshit distractions. Know your own bullshit. What are your distractions? How do you know, when you feel a bit shit and you're wondering whether you're doing the right thing, or you're feeling a bit of imposter syndrome, or you're like, oh, just go and do these dishes over here, or hang out this washing, or do something else, right? What are the thoughts and the feelings and the emotions, because they're different things, right? Feelings are physical sensations in your body, which then produce emotions that you feel, right? What are the thoughts, the feelings, and the emotions that precede that state? If you can figure out what the triggers are at the beginning, you'll be able to stop yourself from doing that. How much time will you save? How much more will you get done in your business if you avoid your shitty distractions? Recognize the shit that you need to stay away from. That one is actually quite important, right? The clients who don't respect your boundaries, the clients who want you to do stuff that you don't want to do, the people who make you feel shit. Stay away from the stuff that makes you feel shit. I hope you've enjoyed watching that. It's been fun for me to do. I'd better crack on. I'm supposed to be writing my book today, not doing lives, but when the feeling hits, I need to do it. So go forth and have a fabulous day. And remember, together we shall rise.